I strive for consistency. That's, I suppose, my goal as a driver, is to be consistently good. You see it a lot in SailGP that there's a lot of yo-yoing. There's ups and downs, and every team has that. It doesn't matter how good they are. I think, and the teams that do really well across the season are the teams that can make the most out of their highs and rebound from their lows best. It doesn't matter how new you are, or how well-oiled you are, or how much sailing you've done in SailGP. One thing you're always battling is time, and no one gets a lot of time in these yachts, and you always just want to maximize every second you have out there on the water, and that's what we've been trying to do. We've been fortunate with some good sailing. I mean, here in Dubai it can be quite light, which at times a little bit frustrating, but that being said, a lot of the racing is in light winds, so we've got to be good in everything. And yeah, we've just been trying to squeeze every ounce out of the limited amount of time we've had. It's been really good. We've been here almost a week now. We've got a few days sailing under our belt, which has been really quite nice to do. I certainly feel pretty fortunate that I'm stepping into a team that already has a nice patter to it. Everyone's all over their roles, and really over this last week we've just been trying to, I've been trying to integrate myself into the group, get to know everyone, and of course get to know how everyone operates on the yacht, so we can be in a nice place come race one. With me coming into this team, the team was in a good spot last year, and other than management and with Greg coming in as owner, I'm really the only change there. But the group's welcomed me. We're getting on really well, sailing the boat quite well as well, and yeah, I think we're just trying to all push in the same direction, which really is the key thing. Well, we've only been together for just under a week now, so of course it's a process. It's been going quite well, and we've been doing simple things, meals together, chatting, getting to know how everyone's home life is, what they like, dislike, as well as talking about the performance of the yacht. So as this new group's come together, a big focus is ultimately bonding as a group, and I'm just super fortunate that I've been welcomed into a nice squad. The driver of these SailGP boats is obviously quite a key role. I mean, everybody on board is super critical, but strategically, tactically, the driver has to make a lot of calls. So certainly the group has to learn the way that I race. I have to learn the way that they race. There's a bit of give and take. We need to find our feet there. For sure there'll be differences out there. The boat will be being raced slightly differently to how it was last season. I think that would be the case if any driver changed. There's 6 of us on board. There's a support crew off the shore. There's a lot of people involved, and yeah, we've got to come together and hopefully get a boat around a series of marks quicker than everyone else. So Joe's joined the team again. He used to work with the team before Philippe, so it's great we've been able to bring him back into the fold. And yeah, from my perspective, I know Joe from the Olympic sailing days. I've never been coached by Joe, but certainly worked very closely with him within the Olympic environment. So yes, I mean, he's a super talented coach, amazing sailor, really knows how to get a group working together well and effectively, and yeah, he's a key asset to this team. Like touching on the process side of things, we've done a lot of meetings online. We haven't been in the same room together up until this week. We've been making the most out of online calls. We've been working on playbooks, making sure that we're on the same page with how we want to run the comms, strategies from round the course to starting, how we want to run a day, schedules. Like there's a lot of elements that we need to come together pretty quickly, given that we're going racing now. And yeah, we've really been trying to do as much homework as we can in the run-up to before we get on the ground here. And really, I wanted to make sure that day one on the water wasn't day one as such. We could go out there, we could nail foiling tacks, nail foiling jives, get straight into race-focused drills. And fortunately, that's kind of what we did. So I'm pretty pleased with the way that we've built into this event. There's still a lot of work to do. We can always be better, but we're in a good spot. In the fortunate position to be able to say I feel welcome. I do feel welcome, and the group's brought me into their team really quite well. I feel welcome. We're all striving and pushing in the same direction. Everyone's, I hope, is having fun. And staying away from the result sheet. I think if we come away from this event feeling like we've got a team that feels well bonded, everyone knows one another, we've learned a bit more about our teammates, we've built a process, we have some goals as to where we need to get better, I think that would be quite nice. That being said, it'd also be quite nice to win the first event.